Hi, it's Charlie giving you Friday's live trading video. I hope you're very well. I'm just looking at euro dollar here early. I'll bring up the other charts a bit later. And just thought I'd get the intro in ahead of going online with the guys in the trading room. So this is the euro dollar. It's had a good run actually since yesterday. I'm looking at the euro today. This is the hourly chart now. So it's had a good bounce off these lows. So I'm looking for this to roll over today, this morning. So if I can get on a short at some point, then that's what I'll do. So probably looking at a euro short today, but anyway, we'll see how the day progresses. I'll be back soon. Okay, just back, and looks like I'm going to be going in short any second now if I can get my deal tickets over. Here we go. Right, so short at 67. That's the wrong position size. Just realised that's wrong. So let's get another ticket up. I needed to get a few in anyway, but that was down at 30,000. So I needed to get a few in. So that's the second one. So it's four individual units here I'm putting in. So I split my units. So that's the third one. I split my units because it enables me to take partial profits. With Saxo Bank, as I always explain with Saxo Bank, you can't always take your partial profits. So if you've already put one position in at 200,000, which is effectively what I was just trying to do, and you can't then take incremental profits off of that 200,000. You have to split the 200,000 at outset into four lots of 50. And even then I made a mistake because one of them was 30, wasn't it? Anyway, I'm just going to get the stop losses sorted out. So the stops are going to be up at 118.85, 118.85. So I'm looking for, like I said, I'm looking for this to roll over. This could be over very quickly, this first trade of the day, of course, because it's actually only 7:37 in the morning. So I'm just going to get all of these stops sorted out. So I'm just getting the next one over, 118.85. So it could be over very quickly. We've got news coming out. We've got PMIs coming out this morning. I'm not bothered about the PMIs coming out and thinking, oh, I can't trade ahead of that. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out if it goes up. So it's not, I'm trading what I'm seeing in the market. So we're going to go and have a look at all that in a moment. So just let me do this. I'm just getting the last stop put in place. Then at least I've got all those done. Right. So all the stops are in. Right. So now, right, so short the euro there, making sure they are, so all my entries are there, yeah, so now let's just click on that. God, get so many notifications once you've actually put a short in. So, yeah, so I was looking, bear with me 2 secs. Okay, right, so yeah, so I was just having to let the guys in the, because I'm not officially on the mic yet. I mean, I'm logged into the trading room, but we don't officially start till 7:45, and it's only 7:39 at the moment. So I've quickly had to put it onto our app. So if people haven't even logged into the trading room yet, they're like, oh, he's gone, he's already trading. So I have to let them know. So I do it on our app because they're not always in the room, right there, and I'm trading before officially I come on the mic. So anyway, so yeah, so let's go out and have a look at this euro dollar. So this is the 15-minute chart. I'm looking for this to roll over. Obviously, of course, I'm looking for it to roll over. It's come down to the 15-minute 50, and of course it could bounce from there and just go straight up. But what I'm looking for, if I go out to the hourly chart and I work our way up from there, is I think this euro had a nice bouncer yesterday, and I'm looking for it to work its way over today. If I'm wrong and it just comes up and stops me out, then I can then reassess, of course. But if I now go out to the and I'll take incremental profits along the way. Like I've said, if we come down to the, so if we get down to, what's that, 118, oh, that's only 118.60, so no, we're going to have to come down a bit further. So, but the 4-hour charts, yeah, I like all of this, what's happened on the 4-hour chart. We came down, we needed a bounce really, or it was certainly allowable once it had come down. If I look at this on the 4-hour chart into yesterday, it was certainly allowable after having a decent rundown on Wednesday. And so anyway, it's done what I believe to be a decent enough bounce. It could have bounced a little bit more up to the 4-hour 20 up here, didn't quite hit it, and you never know, might still want to go back up for that. But anyway, I've elected to take my first trade here this morning. And so now it's just a case of seeing if it can roll over. Now you can see my horizontal lines on my chart here, and I put these on my charts a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember when I was last did the Friday live trading. I've got a feeling we had these lines on then, and they're still very much in play. We've had lots of tests of the horizontal line, as you can see here on the 4-hour chart. Lots of tests to it, even back down to yesterday. So ultimately, I would like the euro to work its way down to there. Am I going to sit on this trade all that way? No, I will take partial profits along the way on this trade. If we can start moving down a bit more, then of course I will look to take partial profits along the way. But why am I shorting? Well, the euro, if I go out to the daily chart, we've actually been, I'm just not going to go into the details on the other time frames, but there's been divergent behavior going on across these highs. So then we put nice seller candles came in, bearish engulfing here on the euro. We had like a key reversal even on the Aussie dollar on that same day there. It made a new high and then closed below the low of the previous day. The only one that's a bit of an outlier is actually cable this morning, which is actually holding up really well. Had a really strong reversal yesterday, but anyway, that's a bit of an outlier there. The rest of them, the markets like the euro and New Zealand, and even gold. If I go to gold obviously sold off in the week as well and has held down. So my inclination, looking at my intermarket analysis, looking across different markets, because it is important to see if you're looking to put a trade on one currency pair, just to see what other currency pairs are doing in relative terms. And so this all leads me to believe that just yesterday was generally a bounce. Now, like I've said, we've got news PMI figures coming out of Europe once we get past 8 o'clock. They'll be coming out over that next hour between 8 and 9, so we'll see how we get on. But I'll press pause for now. So, okay, so we can see the euro's coming down, so we're looking to take the first section off. If I can get a deal ticket up, so around about those low 50s, I'll explain why. So taking the first lot off here, 53. Banked the first one at 53. The reason the 53, as I was covering this off with, that's just the first quarter. That's the first quarter. Is that was down at my lower bands here on my 4-hour chart. So we've hit the upper band. We've now reacted to the lower band. So I've taken a quarter off at this stage. Just banked a quarter. I would like to hold on for a little bit more. Those PMI figures have come out of France so far, and that's just pushed it down. If I take you to a 5-minute chart, you'll see that it's just helped nudge it just here as those figures have come through. I will take another unit off if we can come down a little bit more here. So probably down into the 40s, and I'll take the next quarter off. So I'll get a deal ticket up just in case it's going to go there. Quickly, let's just get that. If I clicked on the right, hopefully, oh look, we're nearly there. Right, okay, right, second one off here. Okay, second unit off at 46. Oh God, I haven't put the on the app. I haven't told our traders on the app. Okay. Sorry, I'm just typing on the app there. Because what happens is we've got our traders in our trading room, and the I'm in the trading room with them. So if I bring up the trading rooms, you can see the guys in here. But of course, I'm on the mic and they're listening along and the stuff as I'm talking to you on this recording. But not everyone's in all of the time, and so I still put it onto our app so they get a notification, just like a WhatsApp message basically. So I'm always supposed to do that as timely as I can. Anyway, so yes, we've come down. So what I was looking at, the other level that I was looking at, why I came out at 46 there, was I knew that we had a daily pivot here. If I can, wrong one, if I can click Have I got daily pivots on my thing? I can't even see it. I haven't even got daily pivots on there. Let me press pause. Yeah, anyway, they're there. I can't get the software to bring them up at the moment, but they were there about where we are at the moment. So I've banked that half, still got the other half running, and so we'll see if we can get a bit of a runner as we go through the day. I'll be taking bits, another quarter off. So I've still got half left, so I'll be taking them off quarter by quarter, and then seeing if of course, one of those trade deals I got in the wrong size, wasn't it? It was 30,000, not 50. I've got to amend it before putting it on. But yeah, so if we can do that, then fine. So whatever happens now, I can't lose. I'm not one of these traders who moves his stops to break even as soon as possible. I'm not too bothered about doing that. We will look at the stops, but I'm more likely to look at the stops once probably this hourly candle closes. So if we do close down, it's only 20 past 8 at the moment, but if we do close down negatively, then I'll probably move the stop down to the highs of this bar, because this is like a nice sort of expansion candle which is breaking in this direction. So I would move the stop to the high of this bar if it holds down. We've got 40 minutes to go yet, so I'm not going to touch the stops at the moment, but so I'll leave them where they are for now. But so far so good. But ultimately, as I've already hinted, if I take you back to that 4-hour chart, we've got these lines down here, as I talked about earlier. So if we can have a proper rollover today, and we don't know yet, this could just be a morning run, but if we can have a proper rollover, I'd love to see us back down at these lines. So I'd certainly be wanting to hold a quarter of that, for this line down here. Which is just above 1805 area when I put this on. If I take you back down to an hourly chart, you can see we hit it again yesterday, but I put these lines on my charts a few weeks ago, and that's why it's important to leave them on, because markets come back down to test them. You can see the amount of tests we've had through this line, and I'm not always trying to get it at every exact high or low, but some of them it's hitting bang on, as you can see, and others it's just crossing through. I think that's it. Yeah. And others it's crossing through. There you go. So you can see how these lines come into play. So we'll see if it can roll over today. Then that would certainly be a convenient target. I could try and hold, if I go back out to the 4-hour chart, and see if it wants to break into this whole zone. But I've got other trades that will take care of that. We've got other swing type trades on. So for the day trade, I'd probably be okay. If we get down to that line, then that would probably be enough. But anything could happen at the moment. It's just a bit of a reaction off of my bands here on the 4-hour chart. So we don't know if this is going to completely roll over, of course, as yet. We've got more news coming out at 8:30. It's 8:21 now. So we've got the German flash PMIs coming out, and we'll see what happens there. But this all comes back down to as always, I have to have a big picture analysis. And my big picture analysis is I've certainly not been on the short side for all of this, although retail traders have been through this whole move over the last couple of months. But certainly, once we made a new high, and we were long actually last week, was it early? No, beginning of this week, was it? Yeah, beginning of this week, we were long on this day. But we had a really nice exit actually. We exited at, 119.60, right up there. But then once we sold off the following day, then that locked in some divergent behavior. So hence why I've switched my views. Like I said, gold came off as well. And so on that day, an Aussie dollar and cable did, although cable's been a bit of an outlier, as I said so far today, because it held up better earlier. Let's go and have a quick look at it now. It's probably still sitting up there. It's starting to pull back as well. So although it's got a lot more work to do. So I always like to do that top-down approach, main picture analysis, and then I'll get in on a trade based on the big picture analysis. And so I'll look for an excuse to get in based on my bigger picture analysis. And that's the sort of stuff that I was doing here this morning, without going into too much detail of the stuff I was doing. So anyway, we'll press pause. We'll see how this closes, this candle. Anything can happen yet, but still nice to get half the positions off, and then we're in with a free ride, even without me moving my stop down. Still like to give it a bit of room, but certainly we'll see how we close. And if we close negatively down, down near the lows, then I'll be able to move that stop down. But the next business news is out in about 7 minutes. Just back, we've had that news out, the German PMI. So it came down a little bit more. If I take you to a 5-minute chart, you can see it came down a little bit more. This was the German announcement just 5 minutes or so ago, and so yes, it's come down a little bit more. So we're just sort of sitting on this now, as I've said, waiting to see how we're going to close on this candle. If we can close nicely negatively in about 20 minutes time, then I'll move the stop down to the high of that candle. Now the high of this candle is around about 70, we'll call it 74. Okay, so the potential is to move my stop down from 85 down to 74. So you can see I'm not trying to choke the trade and get the stop desperately to break even. I still like to give a trade a bit of room, and rather than moving it to break even and then you could get nicked out only to then come lower, but it's not going to be a lot in it anyway. So we shall see. I'll press pause for now. Okay, right, so just back. So we're just coming into the close of this candle. So we are going to be able to track this stop down now to the high of this bar, because we've closed nicely negatively. We're going to see my momentum is going to just get drawn down. We'll see these moving averages all starting to cross. There we go. So they're starting to cross there just as we've closed down. So, yep, we can move that stop down. So let's bring the 2 tickets over. Oh, is that dragging? Is it dragging it over? There we go. So there's one of them, and let's get the other one. And drag that one across. And so we can now move these stops down on these two. That was the boo-boo on this one. When I put that first trade on, it was still set. It was set at 30,000 from a trade I was doing previously with our traders. So that was a mistake there, wasn't it? So instead of it being 200,000 in total, because I did 4 quarters, it was only 180,000. Anyway, never mind. Too late once I'd done that. Busy, wasn't it? What price did we get in at? Yeah, 67. Yeah. What am I doing? 74. Right, stops goes down to 74, and the same on that one. Down there. 74. Okay, so let's do a review. Let's bring it up. You're going to have to ignore some of the other trades because we've got other trades in here. So these are the 2 entries at, where are the entries here? 68 and 67. So there you go. There's the 30 and the 50, 68 and 67. Forget this. That's a swing I've still got in, and some of these are some other trades I've got in with our room members as well. So it's these 2. These are the down the bottom of the ones that we've banked already closed out of. Oh, it was 54, not 53. 54 I got executed at, and 46 down there at the bottom. So we've got those 2 quarters off, and it's these 2 quarters up here with those stops at 74 now. We're going to see if we can just get a bit more runs out of those as we go through the day. So it's just really a case of whether the euro can carry on rolling over and how much more we can get out of them. So far we're sitting at, actually it was about 1 to 1 across those 2 exits. With the speed and everything that was going on, and I'm multitasking, I wasn't when I took that first one out at it was 53 as I was about to hit it. Obviously I got hit at 54. I didn't realize that was only 15 pips, but the initial stop getting in at 68 and the stop at 75 85 was 17 pips, so it was slightly inverted risk reward. But then the second exit was at 46, so that was slightly over. So we're just slightly over on the risk reward so far for getting those 2 entries out. But really it's about, can this have this overall rollover today? And if we can roll over, then then this is where we'll really make more risk reward on this as we come down. So I'm targeting. We've got this low down here, which we came into yesterday. I might take something off there, maybe a little bit before if there's anything else comes up. And certainly we've got this 500 period moving average, which would be lovely. It's all around that same 118 area anyway, and that would be enough for the day as far as this being a day trade is concerned. I still think that this may well have scope to do more, but as far as this trade's concerned, we get down into this zone down here, and that's where certainly would be looking to close out. So that's where we're at. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning. We've got a long way to go for the day, so hopefully this is just a case of trade management, and that it doesn't come all the way back up. If it comes back up and we get stopped, then I'll have to reassess what else the market may be wanting to do. But at the moment, all the momentum's to the downside, and so we've done this retrace since yesterday. We retraced up to the hourly 50 and the hourly 100, and then have rolled over. So hopefully this is the general pressure maintains this way, and that we still see dollar buying. And so we'll see as we go through this morning. Okay, what we're actually going to do now is put a limit order in for the third quarter, because we can see that the euro is still coming down a bit more. The red line has been quite significant, so I'm going to put a limit order in just at that level, which is around about, I think about 0.5. Yeah, about 0.5. So let's bring a ticket up for that one. So take profit at 118.05. So getting in at 60 odd, 60, I'll call it 68 on this one, 67.8. So it would be about 63 pips on that, on that quarter having risked 17 pips. So, and then the final one will be, I suspect, down here at the 500, as I've already said. So I've put a limit order in there because I'm about to get on with our Friday confession session. So just in case it has a bit of a run and I'm not paying attention. Okay, just back here, and then we've just banked half there. It hit that first target, and looks like we're about to hit the other half. I'm just trying to get the deal ticket up. Making sure I've got the right one. There it is. There's me just bringing it across because we got that 500 MA down there, and I said, oh, if we get down to the 500 MA, then I'll take the last one off. That'll be the final quarter. And now I've bought the deal ticket up. Of course, the market's going to stop. Now the market's been respecting this line. So as we can see, it's just come into it again. It's hit the 118, and my 500's just below that. So now I've bought it up, like I said. It's just having a little bit of a pause, but it has automatically triggered us out on the other order. So this is the final quarter here. It's just a case of can it get down there? And now, of course, I've pressed play on or resume on the recording. It's going to now bounce. It does respect this line, so it could still bounce from here. And if that's the case, then I'll leave this for later on in the day. I'll move it off screen for now, but yeah, now I've brought that up, it's probably put the kibosh in it. So let's have a look at the closed positions now. So we're getting there. So these are the closed positions so far. We've got the one at, oh no, this one from 77. This was a separate trade I was doing with the guys in the trading room this morning, so we can't include that, although that is a trade, but it's not. It was actually a trade that we took in the trading room right up here at the highs this morning, but we were that's what I call a semi-swing. So that's not the trades that I've taken here for Friday's live trading. So what we've so far done is it's all these that were all around the 68 level. So we've got the 3 quarters off so far, and we've got this final one still sitting there. So so far, what's that? Maybe 260 quid, something like that. So far, 260, something like that. Plus the whatever the last unit becomes. So, but what's more important is the overall risk reward. So I think with this last one, it exited me at a 108, 118.049, so 118.05. and that was 60. So what's that? 62 pips, and the initial risk was 17 pips. So, and if the final quarter gets there as well, then that'll make the overall trade a reasonable trade there. So I took the early ones off because we didn't know at that point what was happening. It was a bit of a funny early part to the morning because of cable holding up so well. But these other markets like cable have come off a bit. Let's have a look at it. So it has come off, and the Aussie as well. So like I said first thing this morning, it's looking at these other markets and what they're doing as well, and that inter-market analysis there between these markets. So we're in with this final position. If I can, there we go. Just seeing if we can get down that little bit lower there, just a few extra pips. So I'll press pause for now. Okay, just back here, and it looks like the market's settled a bit because we've been bouncing here. We got very close, didn't we? Got the ticket up, and it's bounced. But I'm going to be taking a break at some point here, probably in the next 15 minutes or so. So just in case it does roll over whilst I'm gone, I'm just going to put another limit order in on this. Is on that final quarter at one. What's it at? It says 1797 down there, so 1799 I'll put it in at, which basically is what it had been to earlier anyway, I think. So oh well. So I'm going to put that final order in down there at 1799. So just in case it comes down when I do take my break. So okay, that's it for now. Okay, just back. I've had my morning break and the Euro's carried on coming down here today. So it's been a fairly straight run, hasn't it? Right from getting in way up here this morning. And it was just became a case of managing the trade. So came out early on up here in the low 50s, then 46, then 05, and then at 99, and that's last one being filled down there. So it's still going low. Yeah, 99. That was today's trade, but obviously I had these trades that I'd already put on with our day traders as well, so we've banked those as well. So let's have a look at the trades. If this is going to come up, come on, there it is. Right, so I'm just dragging it across. So there we go. So here's our trades for the day. So they're all around the 68. These are those ones that we all entered, apart from that 30,000 one, which should have been a 50. So all around the 68s, and then I came out at 54, 46, 117.99 and 118.05, plus these extra two that I was in. I've taken with our traders. So I've actually had about 860 quid today. I think I just totaled that up. But on the day trade today, about £530, I think. So something like that. So a nice little, nice run there today. So, but let's go out and do a final bit of analysis here before I wrap up the video, because there's no point in me doing anything more. It's coming up to 1 o'clock. I'm going away for the weekend, so it's convenient to me that I can get the video wrapped up early and get it out to you earlier today. So let's have a quick look at this higher time frame. It's going to be looking pretty red here today. The analysis, just everything seemed to just hooked in really over the last couple of days. Yesterday we had to sort of sit there through the bounce, wait and using the bounce into this morning to establish shorts, and then it's come off. So yeah, there probably is going to be more downside to come on this euro dollar. I pretty much wager that based on my analysis, but that's enough for today as our trades are done. Right, as always, give us a thumbs up if you like the videos, and by all means leave any comments below, and we always try to respond to those comments as well. Have a lovely weekend. This is